right side, right? Yeah. Well, Mama got him for me. Dude, Mama got him for me at Dollar General. But everything isn't in Dollar General. No. That's false. That's Dollar General. Look at how much they have at regular store.
And get margaritas and stuff. And he had to sit. And then we went.
Yeah, man.
No.
What'd you say?
Oh, Tiffany, no.
I can't swallow anymore. Yours is in the mail and I'm looking at you.
It happens.
members of the Board of Education, parents, staff, and guests. It is a privilege to welcome you to today's commencement exercises for Scribner-Snyder's senior class. I join you today in recognizing and honoring these 21 young ladies and young men on this special day in their lives. Class of 2008, I want to share with you today a short example of what your presence on this stage doesn't mean. Case in point. When I read your class motto, I was rather confused. I was expecting the motto to be taken from the words of a Greek philosopher, a past American president, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, or, since the primary elections are just around the corner, perhaps a present-day politician. Not so, although I must admit the words in the motto did appear a little Greek to me. But you know what? I decided that even an old dog like me could still learn a little, so I turned to that infinite source of knowledge. No, not the World Book Encyclopedia, but rather Google. Mrs. Fisher had told me that the words of your motto came from FM static. Now, FM static used to mean something different to me. But now, thanks to Google and the internet, I know that FM Static is a Christian pop-punk band that has several albums, one of which is Moments of Truth. I learned that FM Static records their albums on the Tooth and Nail Records label. I'll tell you a little secret. The last time I paid much attention to record labels was in the mid-'60s when the Beatles were recording on the Apple label. I even learned that FM Static is a respected pop-punk group by such publications as Rolling Stone magazine. Now, that magazine is not on my top 10 list of must-read items, but I do know that it is a respected and much-read magazine in today's music world. In an effort to keep my message short, let me refocus on what I started to say earlier. Your presence on this stage today does in no way mean that your learning is over or even in a short depression. It does mean, however, that for those willing to meet the challenge, the knowledge of the world is at your fingertips. Class of 2008, you're only passing from the infant stage of the learning cycle to one that will be much more aggressive and demanding. While I agree with FM Static that you are in the best day of your life today, I disagree with them that you are in the best years of your lives. Those years remain ahead of you. There is so much ahead of you to learn and experience. Your future is yours, and your future will be determined by what you have learned in the past and what you will learn in the future. I implore you to keep learning from your friends, from your teachers, from books, and even from the lyrics of songs. Learn from your mistakes, and never stop learning from your parents. Members of the class of 2008, on behalf of the Board of Education and the Scribner-Snyder staff, I congratulate you on your accomplishments with what you have learned up to this day. We celebrate that learning and wish you the very best as you leave this stage in a few minutes to begin another chapter in your lives of learning.
And now we'll hear from this year's salutatorian, Danielle Morrison.
Good evening, faculty, students, family, and friends. Thank you for being here at our graduation. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. At times it really was. But seriously, going to school here at Scribner-Snyder has been awesome. I wouldn't trade the last 13 years for anything. Many of us have been together since preschool, and we've watched each other grow up. We've learned to read and write together, and also to work together. Man, have we come a long way. We've learned that we can count on each other through thick and thin. We're there to cheer each other on at games, to help each other on tricky homework problems, to help each other pick up our books and pencils after we've fallen down the stairs in the high school, and just to reassure each other that everything will be okay. I recently read a poem in my literature class called The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Some of you may know it, but for those who don't, here's a brief summary. A traveler comes upon two roads. He wishes he could travel both, but he can only choose one. He chose the one more grassy, the one that wanted wear. Once on his way, he doubted if he should ever come back. He chose the road less traveled by, and that made all the difference. I see us in this poem. Here we are at the end of high school, and so many choices lie ahead of us. But we know that there are more ways than one to get things done. Sometimes you have to lead and take the road less traveled, but we're not afraid to do that. I have confidence in my class that whatever they set their minds to, they can do it. School is a place where memories are made, and I'd like to share a couple that stick out in my mind. In the 6th grade, 4 of us were practicing our instruments in the band practice room. The teacher got us settled in and then left to work with the rest of the band. Well, we thought it'd be pretty funny if we locked the door, so that's exactly what we did. When she came to check on us to see how we were doing, she of course couldn't open the door. So we thought it was just absolutely hilarious that she was locked out and we were stuck in this tiny room. We waited a few minutes, then unlocked it. Once she got into the room, she asked if we were all right, and then told us that if it ever happened again, that all we had to do was turn the little knob on the door handle. Like we didn't already know that. I also remember feeling as if we achieved the impossible freshman year. During Spirit Week, it seemed as freshmen never won the Spirit Stick. We thought we could change that, so our entire class dressed up on Farmer Day, winning us a Spirit Stick. We were so proud that we guarded that stick with our lives. We know that it isn't impossible for freshmen to win the Spirit Stick, but we achieved what we believed impossible that day. I want to thank all of our teachers that we've had through the course of our lives. You're all amazing. We'll never forget your patience or kindness or the way you never gave up on us. You've taught us so much more than reading and writing. And to our families, we love you. Thank you for being there for us and for supporting us in all we do. And to my class, thanks for the wonderful 13 years. You guys are the greatest. A lot of years back, my family and I saw an episode of The Wonder Years, and the song that was played was Forever Young. Here are the lyrics, and this is what I wish for you. May God bless you and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. And may you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the lights surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your hearts always be joyful, and may your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. Good luck, everyone.
And now our seniors would like to pay a special tribute to their parents. And now we'll hear from this year's valedictorian, Chelsea Abel.
Graduation has been 13 years in the making, with dozens of teachers paving the way, 20 amazing people to share everything with, and today to remember it all. Today we began as students of Scribner-Snyder High School, and after this ceremony we will leave as alumni. Over the past 13 years, we have grown up from bright-eyed kindergartners to troublemaking sixth graders with STP cards and a joke about a salad, to seniors making memories and getting ready to venture out on our own. Our years in high school have been full of joy and tears, wins and losses, fights and brotherhood, but most of all, it was full of fun and passion. We all have a love for different things, from sports to music to FFA and way beyond. I think this is one of the reasons our class is so unique. We are all different, and yet we all get along and respect one another. The last 4 years have flown by faster than any of us would like to admit, but they were full of memories that we will always share. Our freshman year was a new adventure and an introductory to high school. We learned the ropes and of course had our dumb freshman mistakes along the way. But we also had some streaks of glory. And I don't think anyone will ever forget Ezra's during play practice. Sophomore year was a year of excellence in sports and no longer being the underdogs, starting with the football team going 11-1, ending with the girls and boys track teams taking home district titles and everything in between. All of us who were athletes that year will remember some of those games forever and the upperclassmen who were there to lead us along the way. Junior year, we were finally in the upper half of the high school, and most of us were already coming down with a bad case of senioritis. I'll never forget our card club during English class, decorating for prom, car rides to games, and dressing up as the news crew from the movie Anchorman. The guys have never looked better with combed-over hair and plaid pants. Now here we are as seniors, with too many good times to recall in a single speech. From getting pulled over in Whitney's car with the passenger limit exceeded, to our last games as seniors, to our final prom. But our greatest adventure together would have to be our senior sneak trip. Our senior ski trip was a great learning experience for all of us. We proved to each other that we could be crammed on a bus for hours and still have smiles on our faces when we got to Colorado. The trip went well, and we learned a lot about each other's personalities and skiing abilities. I am happy to report we only had a few minor injuries, including Matthew skiing into a tree, Matt nearly knocking out his front teeth, and me wiping out and sliding underneath a fence. Unfortunately for me, however, my graceful moment happened right in front of the lodge, and Cheryl Primnow got the whole thing on film. Our years at Scribner-Snyder High School have been full of good times as well as some bad, but what we learned will stick with us forever. Our teachers, administrators, and faculty are some of the best people I could have ever encountered and learned from. They cared about us and taught us the fundamentals that we need as we begin the next chapter in our lives. I just want to thank you all for believing in us and preparing us to be out on our own. For this, we are truly grateful. Next, I want to thank all of our parents for being our rocks and guiding us our entire lives, for all the Band-Aids you put on our scraped knees, all the bedtime stories you told us, helping us with homework, and so much more. You are always there to support us and be our shoulder to cry on. You are our cheerleaders during games, our nurses when we were sick, our personal bankers when we needed money, our taxi cab drivers when our cars broke down, and our source of strength when it seemed like our worlds were crashing down around us. You gave us hope. You gave us love. You taught us right from wrong, and you prepared us for a world away from Scribner-Snyder. We love you so much, and I know we'll make you proud as we begin the next part of our lives, away from the comfort of home. Last but not least, to my classmates. You have all had such a powerful impact on my life, and I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me become the person I am today. You taught me all about friendship, passion, loyalty, and how to speak my mind. To the girls, I'll never forget our lunch table talks, funny faces, and some of my best friends. To the boys, I want to thank you for always putting a smile on my face and being there when I needed you most. We all started this crazy adventure of high school together, and now we will leave it together as well. You have all made the last 4 years some of the best years of my life, from the first day of school freshman year to beating Mr. Dunklau in current events the last day of senior year, and every day in between has been a blessing. These were the trying years, the hopeful years, the growing years, and the years that made us realize who we are and who we want to be in the future. We survived them all together, and may we survive the rest that life throws at us as well. I wish you all the best of luck on whichever path you take in life. I hope you all find happiness and success, because you all deserve it. Most of all, I hope you remember your time here at Scribner-Snyder as something wonderful, and in years to come, can look back on it with a smile. Thank you.
Now for the presentation of scholarships. As I read your name, please stand and then come forward to get your packet. Tiffany Alsmeyer received a Scribner-Snyder Education Association scholarship and one of the Scribner-Snyder Foundation scholarships. Michaela Baumert, the KWPN KTIC Sports Booster, the Zucker Family Scholarship, Doan's Women's Track Team Scholarship, the Lyle Westphalen Memorial, and the Black and Orange Grant. Brittany Cox, the Scribner American Legion Scholarship, the Scribner Bank 2-Year Institution Scholarship, the Scribner American Legion Auxiliary Scholarship, and the Craig Newman Scholarship. Taylor Dahl, the Kennard Leg Band Memorial, the Scribner American Legion Scholarship, the Scribner Bank 4-Year Institution Scholarship, and the Hooper American Legion Post Number 18 Scholarship. Chelsea Abel, the Herbert G. and Bonnell Ahrens Scholarship, the Gallant Law Scholarship, Dostal UNL Freshman Scholarship, the Fremont Area Medical Clinic Foundation Scholarship, the National Honor Society nominee, a Chancellor's Leadership Scholar, and the James Canfield Scholar. Teddy Frizzell, the Edgar and Gwen Havikos Scholarship, the Paula Hilbers Memorial, and the KWP and KTIC Sports Booster Scholarship. Laura Haseman, the Glencoe Cemetery Association Scholarship, the Jim Lutz Memorial, the Scribner Good Samaritan Center Scholarship, the Scribner Snyder Foundation, and the Nebraska Softball Foundation Scholarship. Nathan Crackmeyer, the Scribner Good Samaritan Center Scholarship, the Scribner Masonic Lodge, and the Snyder VFW Scholarship. We missed Nick the other night at Honors Night, but I had to present him with this year honor roll pin. So. Hey, Cassie Litz, the Smeal Company Scholarship, and the Board of Governors Scholarship from Metro Community College. Danielle Morrison, Herbert G. and Benell Aaron Scholarship, Eastern Star Scholarship, the Beth V. Muller Memorial, she was a National Honor Society nominee, the Fred Strom Scholarship, St. Francis Memorial Foundation Scholarship, Founders Scholarship, the Stevenson Scholarship, and the Endowed Scholarship. Jennifer Nabuta, the Danko Emergency Equipment Company Scholarship, the Scribner Good Samaritan Center Scholarship, and Mount Marty Scholarship. Brett Pribnow, the Glencoe Cemetery Association Scholarship, the Swanson Family Scholarship, and the Cecilia and Dr. R.J. Vesely Scholarship. Brett Roberts, the May Lubert Memorial Scholarship, the Diesel Tech Scholarship from Venice Service Dealership, and the Elkhorn Valley Vet Clinic Scholarship. Zena Schellenberg, the Scribner Snyder Foundation Scholarship. Matt Swanson, the Herbert G. and Benell Aaron Scholarship, the Westland Scholar, the Instrumental Ensemble Performance Grant, James Canfield Scholar, and the Founders Scholarship. Whitney Waterman, Scribner Snyder Foundation Scholarship, and the Snyder Lions Club Foundation. Snyder Lions Club. Joe Zahorik, the Speck Memorial, and the Tim Zahorik Memorial. And Ryan Zahorik, the Scribner Fire Department Rescue Scholarship, and the Tim Zahorik Memorial.
Each year I have the distinct pleasure to announce the Scribner-Snyder faculty member that received the Harold A. Romberg Outstanding Teacher Award. This award is made possible through a generous donation by Mr. Romberg, an alumni of the Scribner Public Schools. Financially supporting this honorarium is the way he chose to show his pride in his hometown and his gratitude for the education he received during his years here. One of the problems we encounter each year with presenting this honorarium at this time is making sure the recipient is in attendance at the graduation ceremonies. This year that task was made easy since the recipient is seated near the front of the audience and has been quite busy all day seeing that every little detail for graduation has been properly taken care of. As the president of the Scribner-Snyder Community Schools Foundation, it is my honor to present to Mrs. Leah Fisher the 2007-2008 Harold A. Romberg Outstanding Teacher Award. Congratulations, Mrs. Fisher. Would you please come forward to accept the honor?
First of all, congratulations to you seniors. You'll be missed. And thank you to all of you. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. It's been an honor and a privilege to be here.
You guys ready? You guys ready? I'm not. I was thinking about every class is different. It's a new chapter, and there's a lot of things that they learn along the way, but they become their own class when they get to be a senior. And I was thinking about when they talked about the ski trip, how well the kids got along. They're the quietest group we've ever had. We didn't watch, I don't think we, did we watch a movie on the way out? I don't think we did. We watched one, and usually we've watched 10 of them by the time we got out there, so they're a very quiet group, but a very good group. The two things I remember the most is I think it was sixth grade. I'd spent more time straightening up the group of girls from fighting. Man, it was 3-on-2, then it was 4-on-1, and it was never 0-5 and 5-0. The boys, always good, just really quiet, I couldn't believe it. As it got older, it got a little noisier, but it was always good noise. I had a lot of fun with you. You know, when I look at this class too, the other thing I think about is, grades don't tell me what you know. Grades tell me what you're willing to do. And it takes a lot of work to get the grades that you guys have earned. And I appreciate that, and I know you'll go a long ways with those grades. And so now, if I could get our senior class ready to receive their diplomas. Curtis Helgenberger, our school board president, will present the diplomas. Tiffany Marie Alsmeyer. Michaela Lynn Baumert. Matthew Kevin Beerbaum. Brittany Leah Cox. Taylor John Dahl. Chelsea Sue Abel. Theodore Lucas Frizzell. Laura Beth Hazeman. Nicholas Edward Kitzing. Nathan Ross Krackemeyer. Cassandra Marte Litz. Danielle Lynn Morrison. Jennifer Jean Nebuda. Brett Ryan Pribnow. Brett Michael Roberts. Zena Ray Schellenberg. Our next student is not only graduating, but he is also going to serve our country in the Navy. Would you welcome Ezra John Schlecht. Matthew Richard Swanson. Whitney Ann Waterman. Joseph Tyler Zahorik. Ryan Timothy Zahorik. I present to you the graduated class of 2008.